Uh-oh. See a problem? That was my problem. Don't try that at home, kids. Welcome to the chaos of packing. It's a bit overwhelming at the moment. Just finished butting up the engine, the spare engine, to go in the box. We've dialed in all the cams correctly, so that seems to fix the problem. Got to make a frame, well, platform in the box and some tie backs to make sure it doesn't rock around in the box. We've got our tents here, lights here, fridges here, chairs here, ground sheets, just everything, and it's all over the place. And to top it all off, the bike which is in the transport frame needs to come back out again because we've made a decision on tires. The tires that we're running on this bike at the moment, which are Pirelli something or other road tires, I can't remember the name of them, they were bought because they ticked the box for the FIM event last year, and the FIM event said specifically we need treaded tires and they need to be speed rated, which they are. They're W bracketed tires, so they're good for 100 and things anything over 163 or 168 miles an hour. I can't remember exactly what it is. The SCTA regulations they state that anything over 200 miles an hour, the tire has got to be fit for purpose, which means it's also got to have not for road use stamped on it. Now, slicks generally have not for road use stamped on it. And Kyle up at Furiosa Racing has got a set of slicks, part used, which are exactly the same size as the back one, a 260, which will give me the right height. Bouncing this idea all week and finally decided, yep, let's throw some slicks at it. So if we do hit the magic 200 number, at least we've got tires that are rated and we won't get picked up with any technical infringements. A bit late in the day to be doing all this, but hey, we'll get there. One of the things that people fail to explain when they do races or trips like this is all the preparation that takes to even go packing. I mean, yes, we got these flight cases for this event, although we did have flight cases last year. But, you know, to put everything in it, we need to modify them and put plates in them and somewhere to tie points just to hold engines down. It's the same with that box. All that parts got modified just to keep everything where it needs to be. There's quite a lot involved in the basic packing of everything. It's not as simple as you think. Right, we have a base plate, which is a bit of an overhang because it was a scrap plate. So I've put a little bit of bar behind it just to stop it flexing because I can't be arsed cutting it. We've got two tie backs. That should be enough to support the engine. So if we can get the engine in, we can start packing everything around it and try and make some space in this workshop. I'm kind of wondering here if I can turn this round, lower the ramp and just roll it on. Less minimal effort. Are we that lucky? So close. Oh, would you look at that? Made for it. Spare engine is now in, strapped down and secure. We'll put the sides back on and see what else we can pack around it. Make some space in this workshop. So, time to unstrap this after we strapped it all down and made it pretty, so we can hopefully squeeze it back on the transport frame and pull the wheels out without doing anything damaging or to us or the bike or the frame. So I don't want to pull it all the way off, and I don't have the space in this garage to actually pull it all the way off. So we just need it back enough so we can lift the front end high so we can get the front wheel up. The back wheel is actually easy, but well, nothing's easy on this bike. A thing. Uh-oh. See a problem? That was my problem. Don't try that at home, kids. Tires are now changed. We now have a Pirelli, this is a Super Corsa SE2 rear tire. It's part worn, was used in the racetrack, but it's exactly the same size as our old Pirelli Diablo Rossa, a 260 profile tire. And that will give us the same circumference for the speed versus rev calculations that we've been doing. The reason for the change is that tire here was for the original FIM event, which we did last year. The FIM regulations stated that we had to have a treaded or road tire, and I'd have to re-look at the regulations of FIM of why. I really can't recall. It was well over a year ago. So that's why we used that tire, and it was speed rated to 163, 168, I can't remember which. The SETA regulations, which we're running with now, state that your tire's got to be proven to run the speed it runs at. But specifically, anything over 200 miles an hour has got to have a tire which is not for road use. Now here on this tire somewhere, it will write not for road use because it is a race tire. It's on this tire somewhere. So that was the main reason for changing it. So if we do get close to that magical 200 mile an hour number, at least we have the right tire for the job. There's another thing we noticed when we changed the tires, that the rear wheel bearing is goosed. It's fucked. So it was just as well we had to pull the tires out. It's the other side's okay, it's just this side. It's probably, I'd imagine, this is the chain side, and we even had a smaller sprocket than this. The amount of strain it's taken to get the rollers and the dyno going, and then spinning up to speed, it's probably just had enough. So I'd imagine that's why it's like, oh, it's still there, it's all in one piece, but it's rough, it's very, very rough. So we're changing the wheel bearing before we put the wheel back in. Go figure. Okay. Yeah, you can actually see where everything's heated up and you've got grease that's come out of it. I mean, that is not a healthy bearing at all. Not in one bit. Okay, we'll pull it out. Yeah, it's very notchy. Very, very notchy. Fat. Oh. Yeah, I think half the cage has come away. You can actually feel it. Yeah, that's that's shot. Might not be big enough. Well, the bearing's definitely overheated because all the grease is melted. Yeah. There's something catching there. Either way, it is replaced. It looks to be the same size. Yep, one new bearing. Yes. Beautiful. Now that we've got the back wheel back in the bike, and the bike's now back in the transport frame, without dropping it this time, it's time to turn our attention into the flight cases and all the contents for that, which includes all the spares and tents and chairs and ground mats, etc., etc. But including everything that we need to work on the bike when we're there. Now, we've had a long-standing partnership with Milwaukee Middle East. They first started partnering with us for the Desert Challenge 2019, and they've been with us for Bonneville attempts, 3 Dakars, and various other small events as we've gone past. They've been fantastic with us. So most of the boxes, storage boxes that we have, along with the tools, are all Milwaukee. This equipment was at Bonneville with us before. It's gone back to Bonneville again, but it's also gets used for all our off-road racing. So it does need sorted out. All the sand and dust get blown out of it. We'll exchange that for salt in a couple of weeks' time. Make sure that the bolting that we have for spare matches this bike and doesn't match a KTM rally bike, for example. So it does need a lot of work to go through it and make sure we're taking all the right stuff. Because bear in mind, all this is going air freight, so weight is becoming a factor. That said, there's been a long video already, so it's probably a good time to park it there. We'll get cracking with the packing, and then we'll probably catch you again when we start loading the bike heading towards the airport. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.